Today I want to talk about a drawing idea that completely surprised me. Lately I've been drawing a lot what I call spirit walkers, small figures, quick sketches, people appearing on the page without me planning every detail. Very recently something changed. The figures stopped standing still. They started moving. They started telling me how to move. They started dancing. And that's when I realized I wasn't just drawing people anymore. I felt like I was drawing energy. Now, when I say dancing energy, I'm not necessarily talking about literally dancing. I'm talking about movement, emotion, transformation, the feeling that something is changing, growing, becoming, rebirth. As I fill the page after page of my sketchbook, I know that the pose is becoming more aggressive. Arms stretch outward, body twisting, figures leaning into motion. Some look joyful, some look free, some look like they were celebrating, and some look like they're in the middle of personal transformation. The more I drew, the more I started asking myself, what if these aren't just figures? What if they're symbols? What if they're representation of energy moving through different stages of life? Because when I look back at some of these drawings, I don't see people. I see stories. I see emotion. I see growth. I see rebirth. If you're following my channel for a while, you'll know what rebirth has been a huge thing for me lately. It's a symbol that keeps showing up in my art, not because I'm forcing it, but because it seems to naturally appear. The interesting thing is, I don't sit down and decide to draw rebirth. Didn't decide to draw transformation. I didn't decide to draw dancing energy. I simply started drawing without asking. And then I know the pattern afterward. That's one of my favorite parts about art. Sometimes your hand understands something before your mind does. Sometimes your sketchbook knows things before you do. And that's why become so interested in looking at my artwork from a symbolic perspective. Not because there's always one right answer, but because art can reveal things or feelings that we haven't put in words yet. When I look at these dancing figures, I see movement, I see progress, I see full of life, I see energy refusing to stay stuck. And honestly, I think that's why this theme resonates with me so much right now. Because growth isn't always quiet. Sometimes growth dances. Sometimes healing dances. Sometimes transformation dances. Sometimes spirit dances. And maybe that's what I've been trying to capture all along. Not perfect anatomy, not perfect drawings, not perfect proportions, but movement, life, energy itself. The feeling of becoming. That's the whole theme of this year. One thing I've learned through this process is that art doesn't always have to be the drawing you want it to be. Sometimes it's about the drawing the way you feel. It could be abstract. Sometimes it's about drawing an emotion, a memory, transformation, and energy. And that's what exactly the features feel like to me. They're not just sketches. They're moments of movement frozen on paper. They're reminders that change is happening even before we see it. And honestly, that's a pretty beautiful thing. So I love to tell me what you think. When you look at art, do you ever see emotions, symbols, or stories inside it? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, keep creating and keep letting your energy dance across the page.